back in 2010, I had to file bankruptcy. You know, a lot of things with the economy, like a lot of people, that's just a situation that I had to do. So after that happened, I came back here about 6 months after I filed bankruptcy to see if I could get a car. I came in wanting to get a used Toyota. They checked my credit and it was about a 520, which wasn't excellent, but believe it or not, they were able to get me approved, which is amazing. What I bought was a absolute base Rio. It was an amazing vehicle. It got outrageous fuel mileage, which at the time was very important to me because I was driving 60.1 miles a day to work, so 120-mile round trip, and that was just killing me in my 98 Camry that I had. So I came in here wanting to get that used Toyota, left with that Rio, and it was amazing. It saved me quite a bit of money in just gas alone. I came back and started working here because, you know, the experience that I had, and I was trying to, you know, branch out in my career. So when I came in here, you know, looking at the Optima, which is an amazing vehicle, I was like, I'm gonna see if I can get one. So they went to check my credit, and it had gone up by quite a bit just in about a year's time. It was in the low sixes. So I was able to get that vehicle, drive it, absolutely loved it, and then I saw a blue SX Turbo, and I wanted to see if I could get that car. And believe it or not, my credit score got up to 690. So it went from a 520 to a 690 in right at 18 months. So I'm, you know, pretty excited what I was able to do. I love it. I get quite a bit of looks from the ladies when I go around town, which is a big reason why I bought the car. But yeah, I love it, and what it's done for my credit is just, it really has changed my life and what it can do. Just by getting a car that, you know, at the time wasn't the sexiest car in the world, but now what I can do is get the sexiest car in the world. Well, I always made all of my payments on time, or at least maybe about a week early, and sometimes when I was able to, I would pay a little bit extra. The only other thing that I did that really would affect my credit score was that I got a credit card about 4 months ago. I've been paying that off, you know, every month in full that I have it. But other than that, I haven't really done anything besides just getting that car loan, and that's had that tremendous impact on my credit. So the original base Rio that I got, you know, it wasn't an ugly car, but it wasn't, you know, the nicest looking car. You know, it had crank down windows, didn't have cruise control. It was a stick shift, which I admit that was a plus. I did like driving around town like that. But the car itself, you know, wasn't, you know, my dream car at all. But it was something that got me from point A to point B. And in the credit situation that I was at, it was really a huge thing for me. The salesman who sold me the car told me that by buying this car, it was going to change my life and improve my credit. And at the time, I didn't believe him. I thought that he was just telling me, you know, what I wanted to hear to close the deal at the time. But when I started seeing that actually happen, it was just amazing. And then to go from that to, I had heated and cooling seats. I went from having no AC to heated and cooling seats. That's just amazing in itself. Backup camera, panoramic sunroof, just almost every bell and whistle that you can put on a car. I even had the UVO system with the Infinity sound system, which is pretty amazing. But you know, and now to go to a turbo that just, you know, flies down the road at 276 horsepower. Not that I'm speeding by any means, but you know, it's great to be able to do that. Go from something that at the time was what I needed to finally get something that I really, really, really wanted.